Welcome. We are back for Flosstube number 11. Crazy, right? Excuse me. That's fine. She was sitting on everything anyways. I was gonna have to move her. This way it was her choice and then I'm not the bad guy. Hi, my name is Bobby and I have an Etsy store. Pumpkin Creek Prim is what it is because, like I say every video, Etsy only lets you have so many characters, and when I had typed in Pumpkin Creek Primitives, it showed it wasn't used. So I set my business name up, my Facebook, my Instagram, everything. And then when I got to set up the store, because you can't set it up until you have at least 10 listings. So then when I set up the store, yeah, I had to put Prim. So it's fine. I say it's fine every time too, but obviously you can tell it annoys me, but it's fine. We'll get through it. It ain't hurting me any. We'll get through it. Just don't even know where to start. I mean, I know where to start because like I do my WIPs and my haul, but you know what I mean. I have so many things, guys, so many things. So this is going to be a long one. Surprise? Not really. I am going to try to do, I'm going to do my WIPs, which literally will take 2 seconds, do my haul, and then I'll do some story time, maybe vote on some story time. I also have a little design challenge that I kind of maybe want some help with. And then I have shop stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think I did good. I don't think I have that much like Halloween. I do have some Halloween from the Primitive Hair, but I ordered it the day she released it and it just came in. I mean, I can't help that. I think it took me so long because I saw other shops that already had her stuff. I was like, but I ordered a ton of Christmas and restock of her stuff. So I think it was because my order was just ridiculous. It took them a while to get it out, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, to me, the creepy, scary Halloween, any of that kind of stuff, it's all day, every day. It don't have to be for the month of October. Because it is currently November 1st. So, went to a Halloween party last night. I don't think I have been to a Halloween party 10 years, maybe. I mean, it's been a while. And when I went as, I had on like a jogging suit. And I had earbuds, like back before they were wireless. So I had like the earbuds and I had them like tied around my neck. And then I had like blue and real reddy purple lines to where I was like a jogger that got strangled in Central Park or whatever. So yeah, that's what I did. This time went a whole different route. You didn't have to dress up like the theme, but I love it when there's a party that has a theme, so it gives you a little bit like an option. They did Alice in Wonderland. I was going to take all the pictures of the house. Do you think I did? Once I walked in the door and they handed me a little bottle of Drink Me that was blue for adults, pretty much after I did that, I didn't think once about pictures. So, apologize. But the house was amazing. When you drove up, they had all the lights on it and they had signs out in the yard. It says we're all mad here and, you know, whatever the saying is, y'all know. And, because I'm sure I just jacked it up. Up in the window, you could see it was like blacked out in one of their windows, but you could see the Cheshire, like the eyes and the mouth, the big smile on him. Which was amazing. And I didn't see that till we were leaving. And as me and my friend were walking through because my husband was there too, but as me and my friend were walking through the house, like we just kept noticing all these other little things. Like they had playing cards all over their bookshelf. Then they had the giant playing cards on the walls and giant like teacup things on the walls, cutouts. And I mean, it was really cute. And then she had 2 like ficus tree bush things in what I'm assuming is their like breakfast nook area, but the table was removed. They had those, and then she had big white paper flowers in them, half like painted red. I mean, she went out. It was amazing. And then her husband, which is how I'm assuming she did it, but he works with my husband, so that was how we have the invite. And so the I don't want to say her name because I mean I didn't ask. I could, but she was the Cheshire Cat. He was the Mad Hatter. It was amazing. Which was also amazing because I went as Alice. So I was a little afraid, like hope that the hostess that she wasn't going to be in Alice attire, and she was not. So I'll put a picture of myself. It's a horrible picture because I'm literally in the bathroom in front of my closet, which my husband got ticked off that that's where I chose to take the picture because he said, really? So you are taking the picture in the one part of the house that's like doesn't have paint on the trim and stuff? And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I felt super weird and awkward all night. I was in a dress with hose. I have not worn hose since I was 13 and my mother made me wear them to church. And then I finally won the battle of I'm never wearing hose, and she finally stopped fighting me and let me not wear hose. I want to start off by saying it's not fair when the hose aren't even. So these were striped, as you can see, they were striped hose. So one toe, and I'm talking about putting the seam of the toe right at my toes, so they were in the same spot. One had this much white before it started the stripes, and the other one had this much white before it started the stripes. So then I had to pull the one foot, tuck it under, so that you didn't just see a bunch of white at the top of my shoe. And I was like, this is like, that's why I don't like hose. When I bought them, I thought they were like tights, like thicker, but they were hose. I mean, it's fine. They were cute and they worked, but they probably ain't ever gonna get worn again. I mean, it was Amazon. They didn't cost me that much. The dress was super comfortable, except for that it was a dress. It needed pockets. First of all, it didn't have pockets. I was very upset about that. All dresses should have pockets. Especially with that full of a skirt. It kept feeling like it had pockets, and it didn't. The only thing that bugged me about the dress is I didn't sit down the whole time. Because I felt like if I did, I was going to be sitting like all sprawled out and like showing everybody my business. And then when I get up, it's going to be all stuck up on my back. So I just didn't sit down. I just stood, and it worked out. It was fine. But it was fun. We had a good time. And I just did old school. I brought my own vodka, brought the little cran apple ocean spray, the little bottles, and just would take a big old swig out of it, pour vodka in, put the cap back on, shake it up, and just walked around and drank it. Super classy. That's what that is. And I think their kid, he's probably like 14, asked me, he said, you're drinking, what are you drinking? Are you drinking Kool-Aid? And I was like, no. I said, it's cran apple, but it has vodka in it. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, honey, it's not my first day. Yeah. But it was a good time. They had a little bit of food, not tons of food, which is fine. Because you know how anytime you go to a party, like you're not sure. They have some giant chicken tenders, but I'm not a huge chicken tender person. And they had chips and crackers, and then they had the crackers, but I didn't really see what should go with the crackers. And there was a dip, but it was like for the free, and that's neither here nor there. I don't give a crap about this food that was there. And then they had these little cupcake brownie little things that was good. But as soon as we left, all three of us are in the car, and I was like, so McDonald's. And of course McDonald's was closed because we live in a teeny tiny little town where everything, and of course I'm sure some of it's COVID, but I think it used to close early anyways. So we had no choice but Taco Bell. So that's what we did. And it was fine. And I think I ate all my Taco Bell in the 7 minutes between Taco Bell and my house. I was starving. So, okay. So I guess the only thing to do is just get started. I always get really why is that not? Sorry, my little cheater stories. My computer's acting. We may not get story time. Oh God, it's thinking. Y'all, that's not good. I feel like my little laptop here is like trying to die on me. Like it's upset that I don't use it as much as I use the office computer. Ugh. And I got my random YouTube random comment pick. Let's do that before this thing dies. Because that is important. We had and only if you watch till the very end of that full featured movie, did you know there was even going to be a contest? Because I think that's about when I decided that there would be one. I didn't decide ahead of time. It happens. Normally, I guess you should say that ahead of time so people watch it, but they may not watch it. They may be like, just fast forwarding it to the last 30 minutes in hopes that they catch whatever it is. Or just pay attention to what everybody's saying in all their comments, and then they know what to put in. Cheaters, I'm telling you. So there was like 20 some comments. And, why did it, oh no, okay. We're good. So there was 20 some comments, with Sleepy Hollow. Then I'm super confused because either people don't know how to spell hollow or I don't know how to spell hollow. So I put it in both ways because it's like All Hallows Eve, but Sleepy is hollow as in the holler, down into holla. So it don't matter. I can't spell for crap. So I put in both ways to be fair because I can't spell. To be fair. Does anybody else watch that? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay. Anywho, Letterkenny. All right, I'm hitting start, folks, now that I know that's what I do next. It's thinking, it's doing the things, Okay. Apparently, it doesn't work right. Why does it not work? It came up with one of the words. What am I doing wrong? All right, I'm going to have to pick another winner. It literally came up and said the winner is hollow. So it's like it's picking, it said it picked from my extra entries, but my extra entries should be words for them to use. Oh, wait, maybe that's extra entries. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, let's pretend I do, and I'm not filming all this right now. I mean, I may cut it out, because, And then let's see if, maybe I can do it up there. And then maybe I can get rid of this. I guess the extra entries are like if you want to add other people's names in there, not. Oh, shit. That didn't work. All right, guys. So I'm going to have to use Sleepy since y'all seen how this works from scratch. Since some people all had different. Okay. So we got 21. 21 comments. That means 21 either watched all of it or cheated and saw what everybody else was writing. I don't care. Either way. It's fine. Start. Y'all gonna think I'm lying, but this is live. Well, it's not live. Y'all watch me record. Let me turn. And I'll tell y'all why y'all are gonna think soon. Can y'all see that? I can't even see if y'all can see that. Y'all can't see that. There we go. Can you see it? Sheila Hudson. Okay. Here's the thing. And, I hope y'all don't think I'm full. You'll see. Congratulations, Sheila. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I ain't giving away the surprise. You just won. What did I say I was doing? $10 coupon to my shop. That's what I was doing. So yeah. Yay, Sheila. Sorry. Guys, that was a lot. That was a lot to get to, wasn't it? All right, I got my notebook this time. Let me get my trusty pen because, y'all, I won't stay on track. I just won't. I mean, we're 15 minutes in and my first item. Oh, it got goopy. My first item in is do the raffle. I got a paper towel here. It's going to jack up everything. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Dumpster fire everywhere. It's fine. Yeah, first thing on there is draw for giveaway. But, oh wait. Halloween party's way down here, but I done covered that, so I'm good. Okay. I also wanted to say, now that I'm showing a lot of this area, that's fine. It'll let me be able to put pictures in. That's where you'll be able to see them really well. Steel City Stitchers, which I know I mention them probably every freaking Flosstube. Probably. Erin has finished, well, it was technically, it's still a WIP, but she's putting them away till next year. The, Gobblestein. Stein. Why do I want to say Steen? Because it's Frankenstein. Okay, we're not getting into this discussion. Y'all not gonna have to listen to me get into the discussion with myself. She finished Elvira. It's amazing. She said she'll do Frank next year. As part of the Gobble Couples, and I've got a ton coming. Just waiting. I think it would have gotten sent out sooner, but I ordered her new release, Cinderella, which I'll put right here. It's amazing. So, yeah. So Cinderella's coming too, guys. So I'm excited for that. And, but Steel City, they shouted out my name again. They're amazing. I love them. So, a lot of people reaching out wanting the Gobble Couples. So I'm working on it. And then she's going to have 7 new couples coming this year. And I think the first one's released in December. Ari, TM. It's amazing. I'm so excited. And that wasn't, oh yes, it was on my list. Y'all, I'm like checking shit off and taking names. All right, so before I get into my WIPs ish, I want to say, so I just got, one of them is a new, or she's a new floss tuber. She's got two floss tubes. And the other one's not new, but new to me. So while I was doing my listings and putting them in, like now that my TV's up here, I just turn on Flosstube or YouTube, and then I just put in the things and I watch, right? So, sorry, my nose is itching. These were just recommended to me. And the sad thing is, I know of, sorta, both. So the first one that I watched is Lady Wing Designs. And it was a long video and I loved it. Because I was doing listings and I was just listening. I mean, a big chunk of it was knitting. I don't knit. I don't have a desire to knit. I think knitting's amazing. I do not think I'm capable. I took a class once and had like this much done across the needles. It's in a bag somewhere. Yeah. So, but she had some socks and all kinds of stuff. But her name, she is mentioned constantly by Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. And I'm gonna do that every time, Michelle. I'm sorry if you're watching. And I know she's been on some of the lives, and I know she's doing some sals, with Michelle. Like, it was amazing. I was like, that's who Michelle's been talking about. And I'm like, how have I not, like, y'all, I only must half listen when I'm watching stuff, because there's so many I didn't realize, and I'm sure Michelle has said it a million times that she had her own Flosstube, and I probably was just like, okay, whatever I was doing, because I'm never stitching when I watch any of Michelle's live stitching, Stitch With Me. I'm eating, I'm packing orders, or I'm doing listings and can't even watch. I'm listening. So, and always doing a little something else. So, yeah. But yeah, so, Lady Wing Designs, I'll put it down here, is, yeah, there's an S. I'll put it there so that in case I jacked it up any. I loved her. And also she's in Tuscaloosa, so roll tide. Ooh, nobody hate me. And then the other Flosstuber is, the name of is Andrea Hart's Needle Art. And Hart's, of course, is spelled out because it's not a heart. So here's the funny thing. So I was recommended her Flosstube. I don't know why I keep fussing with that bag. I'm sorry. YouTube recommended her Flosstube. I watched it. Loved it. Was like, this is awesome. Put a comment. Told her it was awesome. And then I was like, oh, let me hop over to Instagram, because she said her Instagram's the same, and I'll follow her on Instagram. I already do. She's the one that put down the gauntlet for me to do the Sleepy Hollow. And I had to send her I DM'd her and just said, I suck at names. I really do. And so I will have a conversation. If your name, and of course I know some people's are kind of the same, but if your name is Carol, and Carol, you were talking to me through Etsy or whatever, you're Carol. If on Instagram I've been talking to you and you are Mary Lou Stitches, I am never going to connect them. Ever. You could even tag me as Mary Lou Stitches and this is what I bought from Pumpkin Creek Prim, and I still am not going to put the two together. It's embarrassing, but I'm not. So if anybody gives me a shout out, if they have different names that they're going on different platforms, because Etsy sometimes has got people's names as one thing, and just give me a heads up so that I'm not an idiot, please. So then I watched her second Flosstube, and she actually shows the Sleepy Hollow, which it'd have been nice if I would have seen that first before I went to Instagram, but that's fine. It's fine. I probably still wouldn't have. I've been like, oh, look, there's somebody else doing it, or that did it, finished it. So yeah, I was a little embarrassed, but yeah, you guys should really check out her Flosstube. It was great. Both of them. Check out both of them, please. I love discovering new Flosstubes. Don't we all? Can y'all hear that music? It's outside my house. So when we built the house, Dad, no, my husband, Chad. Okay, I could see where I did that. Okay, I feel better about that. We have speakers on the front porch and the back porch, and they run through the receiver that's in the living room. So he's working outside, obviously. I just don't know where. I mean, I'm in the back, like the back side of the house, but that doesn't mean anything. It could be coming from the front. So if y'all hear that, I hope you don't. I mean, because that could be really annoying. I have no cats in here since Isis said deuces. I have none. They are not in here anywhere. Nope, not in that bed. Skeeter's floof is not in here. It's over there in the shop because he was being a wine baby, because his floof was in here and I was out there. You know, kids. And I've been noticing he's a little bit of a piggy. He will push everybody else out of their food, and even if he's not done with his food, he wants what everybody else has. He has a problem. But he immediately crawls over my shoulder, sits down right in front of me. I'm sitting there trying to work on the computer. He sits right down, and all I can see is like his back silhouette. And he is literally, oh, let's do it this way. And I am not body shaming him in any form or fashion, but that boy got some hips. He got some hips on him. I think he's gonna be big. I really think he is. It's because he's very food motivated. Like I don't know if I said this before, and if I did, I'm sorry. I apologize. But I've not had a cat that like wants to eat your food off your plate. And he is constantly like, I have to fight him at like dinner time. Anytime we're doing food, like I have to fight him. And which is so weird because my other cats they don't care. Now Arlo wants to sniff it, but he doesn't care about it. But Skeeter, I have to fight, like actively have to like turn, move, and then, you know, get him off the table. And it's like 15 times before he realizes, oh, she means she doesn't want me on the table. Oh, it drives me crazy, but I loves him. Okay. So the first, do I need to get my board? Hold on. Let me back up. Okay. Oh, let's talk about my shirt. So I told you I was going to order another one, and she was changing it. So it still says, and then if sensitive people, how amazing is she? Love it. I love her. Love her. All right. So I said like 100 years ago when I did my first Flosstube, I did this When I Saw You pattern. I was going to do it for my bathroom for my husband. He doesn't watch these, so I'm sure he still has no idea. And this came out of the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's a 2018 summer issue. And it says, when I saw you, I fell in love. And you smiled because you knew. And I just thought it was sweet because, because it just is. So, this was same amount of finish as when I showed it 100 years ago. Still that's what we got. And I don't even think, oh no, that's correct. I was like, I don't know. No, that's correct. So, but if you've been watching for a while, you know that I have now decided that I don't care for linen. Y'all, I'm tired. I just don't want to fight it no more. Although this looks really good. I mean, it does. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight it. So I had talked about changing it. Well, now I'm changing on 14 count Ada because I didn't see any Lugana that I wanted. But y'all, I'm going a whole different route. And I keep trying to look there, and that's not where the camera's at. It's right there. So sorry. Going a whole route. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'll put these colors. I am going with Peddler's Blend. It's a 14 count Ada. It's from Dames of the Needle from the Cauldron. Y'all. I'm going to do it on the lighter side. I'm going to start it on the light side. My husband just flipped me off. That wasn't very nice. That's how we smile and say I love you in my house. Okay. What do y'all think? I'm going to start on this side. And I know some of y'all that don't like this, like, super... No, of course, why did he come up here when I was talking about his piece? Some of y'all aren't into, like, the super grungy, dirty. But y'all, I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to look really good. And I love that it's so, such a dirty looking fabric for such a beautiful, delicate, piece and girly looking piece. And, I don't know. Something about that I think is awesome. So I haven't started it yet, but I wanted to show the change that I am doing on that one. Okay, so close your ears. Y'all think she's got her ears closed? Y'all, this is sticking to my vinyl, but it's fine. So y'all know I'm doing this. Well, me and Em, I think we're the only ones doing the Sal, but that's okay. Doing it. The Sal is a hashtag Headless Horseman Sal, and I know, I've been bad. But I do got that needle minder. Can y'all tell what that is? The light. So, yep, I'm in the same place. Y'all don't tell her. Alright, Em, not that you can hear me tell you if you had your actual ears closed, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Dark Queen of the Seas. This bitch hates me. Hates me. I have never had. And it's not a hard pattern. Please, by any means, do not. I mean, Erin did phenomenal. The pattern is phenomenal. I just can't count. I mean, that's literally, that's all it's because the pattern is not difficult. I just can't count. So, and then the other piece dropped, it's supposed to drop today. I don't have an email yet. You know, I didn't get an email last time. So hopefully, I don't know what time though. So I'll wait till tomorrow if I haven't gotten it yet. But, so that's where I'm at right now, which is a shame that I can't show y'all the new one. Oh well. It's fine. All right, so, and we all know, let me show you right here. So this is Rufus, that's Steve, and that's Eric, right? We know Eric wasn't even started, but Steve should have been finished. Steve's an asshole. All the yellow was done in Steve. I had to frog it. I spent 2 days putting yellow in at lunchtime, and I spent a day and, well, not a day and a half, a lunch and a half, taking the damn yellow and some of the pink out because I missed one whole damn row, and it wasn't like up here where I missed stuff and could blend it well. The shape, he wouldn't be a fish anymore. He wouldn't have looked right. So I just had to make that decision, and you know, you hate it when we do, and I just frogged him, and if I wasn't trying to was trying to get this done before today, before the new piece dropped, he would have went in timeout. But he's not. We're just going to push on through. So the other thing I want to show y'all about this, let me get my board so it's maybe a little easier. Just so y'all know, because I left it in on purpose so I could show you just how bad I was doing one of the pinks, like this color right here, and I had a little bit more left, so I was like, that's fine, I'll start Eric's tail. Y'all, Eric's tail's up here. I counted it off down here. So I got to looking, and I'm like, the pattern don't even go down that far. What the hell are those stitches? That's part of Eric's tail. I gotta rip them out. But I just want to show y'all, like, that's where we're going with this. That's where we're at. This, I think it's got a hex on it. But I love it, and I want to just, and that's why I'm still stitching on it. That's why I'm just pushing through the pain, and just like, it's fine. It will work out. It's fine. I hate frogging. But Steve's an asshole. So I had to. I mean, we all have those troublesome patterns. And like I said, this pattern, you guys, is not difficult at all. And I'm doing it on Ada. I'm not even doing it on difficult fabric. I just can't count. I don't know if it's just I'm rushing too much trying to get in too many stitches, like when I'm on lunch and I'm just not paying attention. I mean, I took a picture and the freaking pattern is on my iPad and I literally highlight my stitches. So I don't know if maybe I'm just not, I'm gonna have to do that stop after a row and highlight. Maybe I'm just doing too many stitches before I go back and highlight them and then I'm messing myself up. I don't know. Sorry. I'm like bending down. All y'all seeing is head. I apologize. Okay. But so pretty. Oh, just like threw the bag around. That was karma getting me after that little full of myself comment. I haven't worked on this, but there's a reason I'm showing it. I promise. So, the Pendle Hill Witches. And then that's Alice Nuttall. It's not Nuttall though, because the front of this is incorrect. And then my flosses have attached to my needle minder. Y'all, I still haven't ordered my Glowforge. All that, and I was so ready to get it. And I haven't had a moment. I haven't had a spare moment. And I'm stitching today. I still have photos to take, but I'm about halfway through my photos. And then the sun started being a problem. And so I was like, fine, I'm going to film and I'm going to take the other photos when I edit this video. So I also don't want this video to be crazy long, but I know it's going to be. But, okay, so that was how far I've gotten, which is ridiculous because I should just hurry up and finish it. Right? Oh, and speaking of, that's my Elizabeth Bathory, whatever. That's my needle minder I was talking about last week with, what was it, Little Stitch Girl? That's how, I don't know, whatever. The patterns that I've got coming. And she's got the one that is Elizabeth Bathory that I'm in love with. So, my love for the Crazy Countess goes deep. But the reason that's my, I was like, what the heck is that? The reason I'm showing this is because this will be story time. And I'm still upset about the pickety. I mean, y'all, there should be a story about that. I mean, like, that should be like, I said I was going to email Isabel, but I didn't get a chance to. And speaking of emails, y'all, I have emailed the lady that does the wholesale for Fabric Flare a couple times now, asking if she get my order. She hasn't replied. So, I mean, we would literally, this is what happens. I'm talking 3 or 4 emails back and forth, and then I send my order and I hear nothing. I'm starting to get a complex. So, also haven't heard back from Not Forgotten Farms, but again, like I said, they had a death in their family, so she's getting grace. I did reach back out to ask, you know, just to be like, hey, didn't get anything, just want to make sure I know everything's, you know, kind of crazy. So, just send me the info when you can. But I do have somebody I did reach out to last week, and I already have all the patterns. So I'll show those at shop. But also Brenda Gervais, I have emailed her and I have reached out direct message on Instagram trying to see if I can carry her patterns, and she's not responded to me either, and that's been weeks. I do the best I can, guys. I mean, I try. If you request it, and it's because my distributor just not carry enough of Brenda's stuff. And so, yeah, I do the best that I can. I try to reach out. There's another pattern that I'm trying to get for somebody that is by I don't want to missay it. I don't even know if I could Google it fast enough, but the designer, Gail, passed away, I think 2016, but her patterns are getting, is it bygone stitches? Are still getting, I think it is, are still getting produced by Michelle. I'm not sure what Michelle's last name is. And yes, bygone stitches. So I'm trying, her patterns are amazing. She was so talented. Oh, they're so great. And so I've reached out to them also to see if I can start carrying some of those in my shop, because oh, they're amazing. All right, I think we're ready for haul. Y'all ready? Oh, let me share a little stitchy kindness, and I covered up. But look at the stamp, first of all. Don't look at how I open stuff. But look at the stamp. How awesome is it? There we go. That stamp is amazing. And then look at the sticker on the back. I love it. I love it. So I got this beautiful card. I don't know why I keep going over here. I'm sorry. And then the inside's beautiful. Her writing is beautiful. And thank you so much. It was wonderful and such a joy to get. I can't get it back in the envelope. But obviously nobody ever has to send me stitchy mail or stitchy kindness. But when you do receive it, it just immediately fills your heart with joy. It really does. I don't know. It's just something nice, especially right now we're all so isolated. It's just nice knowing that somebody thought about you. Which I feel like even though people pay for my stitchy mail that I'm sending them, I do love like sending the packages and love to hear when they, you know, arrive. And because I feel like I'm sending a little bit of, you know, joy with each package. I don't know, maybe a goofy way of thinking about it, but it's how I think about it. I can't help it. It's how the brain works. Okay. So a couple, no, maybe it's just one. Yep. Michelle, Bendy Stitchy. The Laughing Forest. Y'all. These suckers. And I'll put them here. But I got a little sampler pack of the nuts and fruits. And of course none of these are open to where you can see how pretty it is, because why would I do that? Because that would make sense to prepare for a video. This one is vanilla caramel apple pecan. Look how, and y'all, those are thick. Look at that. And they grow most of their stuff, and then what they can't grow, they, you know, outsource from a local farm. They're just beautiful. They're beautiful, and they are yummy. So my husband had one of these, and he was so nice, and he let me try it. And it was really good. It almost, I think because of the pecan or something, it almost had a little bit of like a bourbon flavoring to it, but not in a bad way, because I don't like bourbon. It's really good. And the one I tried, and I ate it because I had to like chomp it. Oh, it made me so mad. I'd been looking on that thing forever, and then had to take the dog out and they trying to get it. So I was just trying to like chew it off real fast so that I didn't have the German short hair just jumping. It was crazy. So, yeah. The one I had was honey pistachio orange. Y'all. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And I need to be better because I saw Noah. He showed from Noah Stitches, he had a little Instagram story or he got some too. I'm horrible about putting things on Instagram. I do okay for a little while, but I probably post like twice a week, and I don't think I did last week at all. I'm so bad. I'm just not like I didn't do much personal social media. Like I didn't do any Instagram. I think I put like one thing on Instagram before I opened my shop, and I've had Instagram for a few years. And then I would occasionally scroll through and like things, but I just wasn't big using Instagram, and I'm not huge using Facebook, like even personally. So I'm having to like force myself for the business, and I find it very difficult. But now YouTube, I was watching and doing that all day long, every day. So this doesn't feel like a job or work at all. I love it. All right, so my next thing, and I will put, this is shirt that I've been waiting on. I was gonna wear it today, and then I don't know what happened. It got put in here. Sorry, it got put in here, and then I didn't put it on. But she sells her stuff on Facebook only, I think. So I'll put her Facebook store name or Facebook page, whatever it is, here. And I don't know if she ships because she's local here. Surely she ships. I'll put her information. I mean, surely she does. But check out this shirt. How amazing is that shirt? I love it. I love it. The other shirt I was supposed to be getting, and she can't get the design anymore, was the Buffalo Bills body lotion, which I really wanted. And she was like, I don't think I can get it to you by Halloween. I was like, girl, that's everyday wear. I'm not wearing that for Halloween. No, I'll wear that in May. I don't care. I do not care. All right, I got more project bags. Because I just keep starting projects. And when you don't finish your projects, they really tie up project bags. So you have to buy more project bags. So when you start the new projects, they have a home too. And we all know Stitch Toolbox is one of my faves. And this had a pattern in it. That's all. There's little scissors, but I took the pattern out because it would spoil some of the shop stuff. You guys, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Let me put the pattern back in it. Y'all can't see it, can you? All right. Uh-oh. Oh, I was hung on the pattern. All right, and here's the other one I got from her, Stitch Toolbox. I'm like getting really bad about. Isn't that cute? It's like folk art. I love it. And it's got the little dangly, which the best things about these, this keeps this keeps kittens entertained while you're stitching, and they tend to ignore your thread. And so I was watching Autumn Lane Stitchery, and if you have a bag problem, like I have a bag problem, don't watch their most recent. No, please go watch their most recent video, but don't watch their most recent video. Cassandra is the biggest enabler when it comes to bags. I mean, but I did discover 2 additional project bag makers because of it. The first one is Stitch in Peace, and that's her card, and she has an Etsy shop. Did I leave that up there long enough? Yeah, Stitch in Peace. And here's the bag I got from her. Look at that fabric. And yes, it's got some creepy spiders on it, but I'll deal. I mean, there will be a time where one of these will end up being murdered by me, by accident. But this and these bats are everything. That cat and those bats are just everything. They're everything. So, stitch in peace. Hold that back up so you can see that. Pause it. Write it down. Love it. All right. So, the next little situation that I have, oh, I just like broke my machine here, is, oh, I forgot, Stitch and Peach. So she sent this along with it, and are you kidding me right now? Okay. This right here is a little Ort sketcher. Isn't it cute? Now, I'm gonna have to be very creative about mine because I have cats that eat them. Not these, but Orts. How do you say Orts? So I have to normally have really tall canisters. But I think if while I just gotta clean it out. I mean, that's all. It's all me. I just have to clean it out when I'm done. Because if not, Arlo goes face first and has a mouthful and will eat them. Y'all, have a hard enough time, like on my little goodie bags I make, they got to peel off the little plastic to the sticky part. I throw them away in the trash can, but I have to be careful. I have to like bury them and put other trash on top of them because he will eat them and it's plastic and it's not good. Y'all, I should have flipped my phone around because I still keep wanting to look there instead of there, and that's going to annoy me and probably annoy y'all, but hopefully you're stitching and you don't know where I'm looking. So, okay, so the next bags that I got are from Sheila. I promise y'all saw me do that. And if I'm making a big deal and it's not the same Sheila, it is. Let me fold this. So it's NNY Quilts and Crafts. Sometimes I feel like, there you go, y'all can see that. Sometimes I feel like when I put the writing across the bottom, if you don't know that it's there, you're not going to glance up at that moment. And sometimes I feel like it's not that clear. I try to use that bright green, but I got too much colors or things going on in my background. Everybody got it? Y'all pause it? You can pause it and get that. I have too much stuff in my background, like black and white. You can't see it at all. So, okay. So let me show what I started off buying first. I draw something. I'll show y'all that later. Y'all. And it's not gonna, I know it's not gonna do what it's supposed to because it's video and that's how video does. But, let me stick my hand. Y'all, it is a shaker card bag. And it's not gonna do it. But it does it, I promise. I was playing with it earlier. And now I think I got it stuck. Because there we go. So, yes, you can shake it up. It is amazing. So, it looks like snow. And this is a really great, like, mistletoe bag. And it's got a little charm, little bells. I love it. Right? I mean, it's so cute. It's so cute. So cute. All right. Next, I got this one because I am a huge Jack Skellington. I love it. This is a nice big bag. It's got a great little tassel thing on it. I got some glare, but great bag. It will have a project in it real soon. So I placed those orders. And then she had a bag on there because I'm huge about vinyl fronts. So then she had a bag that was Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. But it was just a bag, like it didn't have the vinyl front. So I reached out and said, hey, do you plan on making this bag with a vinyl front? Because I didn't immediately want to be like, yo, make me a bag. So I asked if she was planning on it. And she said, no, but she could. She said she had enough. It'd be a little bit smaller than her normal size bags. And I was like, well, as long as the pattern fits in it, I don't care. That's how bad I wanted the fabric. And, y'all, she did not, I gotta get something out here so y'all don't see it. Hold on. Okay. She did not disappoint. Y'all, oh my glare! Can you see the glare? There's so much glare. Ooh. So here's what the fabric looks like. And y'all, please tell me you can see all the glitter in there. Is it this making the glare? No, it's the window. It's the window. Sorry, but you guys, look at it all. Look at it all. So yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love. In love. And you could still see your pattern through that. And then she included this little needle holder. Little thread catcher needle holder. So cute. Let me put him back. Let me put him back in here because he'll get lost. I have a cat that likes to pack things. So I always have to be careful. And I got another, it's the same fabric, but I got a different inside. And look at that. So we have confetti in the vinyl. You guys. And then look at this grate. I mean, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So then in addition to those, she watches, obviously. she won. She sent me a little extra. And she had said, and look at this, how amazing is that? And it's a little pouch that would be perfect for the biggest problem I have in those project bags, especially when I have all that floss in there, look at the inside, is my scissors, and especially if there's any beads, all that stuff gets stuck to the bottom, and like my threader, it gets hung up in the floss, my scissors get hung up in the floss, they stick to the magnet, like I have all kinds of problems. So I love the idea of a little bag to have in my bag to hold all the things. Now, when she sent this to me, she put a little note on it and said, for you or for you to give away. Okay, let me start off by letting y'all know a little secret. I'm an only child, so you know I was gonna keep this. But I did reach out to her because I do like the idea of doing some giveaways on these. So I reached out to her to ask her how much it is when she plans on selling these, because they're great. And she told me the price, and I said, all right, well, how about I send you some fabric and I pay you to make me up some so I can do some giveaways. Because I mean, we know, of course y'all can't see them, but I got 3 bolts of fabric sitting over there, right? So might have her, if I send her that fabric, have her make me a project bag, and then from the scraps she can make some of these. How great would that be? Phenomenal. Yeah, so I'm so excited about that. Yeah, I'm excited because I think it's a great idea to do. I'm just an only child and I'm selfish and I think everything's about me. And also because I'm an Aries. So of course I was like, of course I'm keeping this. And of course I still wanted to show you guys because I wanted you to see how cute it is, because hopefully we're going to get the details worked out and I will have some to do giveaways with. Okay, so the next thing that I have, it's actually kind of semi-shop related. It's not there yet. I was pleasantly surprised. So I ordered what I thought were buttons, because I like to put buttons, even like the first buttons that you get with your first order are just, you know, standard little buttons, plastic buttons. But then as your orders increase, there's different buttons that I add. So I thought these were just cute little buttons that I was like, oh, these are great. So when somebody, you know, has ordered order number or whatever, I'll include these little buttons, right? So I knew they were going to be a little bigger, but whatever. Y'all, they ain't buttons. Look at these. These are the two that I ordered. I mean, look at them. So this fox and this cat will be needle minders. There's no hole in them. They're not buttons at all. There's no, so I immediately, when these came in and I saw them and literally lost my ever-loving mind, I immediately got back on the website, went to this shop, and bought all the things. So, yes, I'm getting a Glowforge. Yes, I'm still going to make needle minders with my Glowforge. But these are going to be some needle minders also. That are not just, I mean, they're wood. But they're nice because they're colorful. That will happen. Promise. I'm still going on haul. And we're at an hour. Okay, so this is gonna be that part where everybody hates because it's gonna be a lot of bags, and I apologize. So Bestitch Me has Friday night fight night. I don't know why that's so difficult for me to say. And I forget every Friday that it's happening. So last week I just got on there Saturday morning. I was like, oh crap, I forgot. Well, let me just look at what was offered. And found one that didn't have a comment. So I was like, me please. Then as I was going through, I found a couple more that only had one me please. I was like, all right, I'll put next please. I got 4 things. Not even participating on the night. So that was exciting. So I'm going to show these. It's really fun, the Facebook group. I'm sure it's really fun while everybody's actively fighting each other. If that's in fact how it works, because I've not been there and done that. But this is a 28 count linen, which again, I know I said I was against linen, but I think it's one of those things with the Bestitch Me, if you see something, you just get it. Look at this. Can you even with that? Ugh, this fabric is gorgeous. I have no idea what I'll put on it. If anything ever goes on, I may just stare at it for the rest of my life. It is gorgeous. And I've got to put these back in these bags. Sorry, guys. Otherwise, it will not. Actually, I do not, because I have those other bags over there. Just kidding. Just kidding. And here's the next piece I got. I can figure out how to open it. Sorry. I should have taken these out of these. Piss poor prior planning. This one is a 16 count Ada. Y'all. Ah, can you even? I mean, these fabrics are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. And I like all the wild, crazy. I mean, I have to have a good neutral every now and then, but I do like all the wild and crazy. So this looks like it's in this, the next piece, sorry, is in the same colorway as that linen piece, but thankfully it is a 27 count. That's very interesting. Even weave. Well, it's kind of in the same colorway. It's a little more muted, but oh my gosh, I love it. That just looks like a really good tie-dye t-shirt, right? Because we all know Lugana. Now, I haven't stitched on the Monaco that was gifted to me, but because I want to tea-dye it first, and then I've got to get over my fear of dyeing something. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I have a fear. Oh, it's like it took me 8 months to make a Flosstube. I talked about it for 8 months. And then I just got to do it. And I just ain't done it. Plus, some of it's been time because the tea dyeing would happen downstairs, and I ain't been downstairs in forever. Because I'm up here all the time working in the shop. So this one Oh, good. It's a Joblin. I've not stitched on Joblin before either, but this is a 28 count Joblin. But look at this. How beautiful is that? I want to put a princess on it. I don't have any princesses. I mean, I have the epic Disney princess, but that's ginormous. Yeah, I like it. It's like a princess color. Okay, so the next thing, I'm addicted to fire poppies now. I just placed another order today. And they're fast. Like they've already, yeah, they ship so fast. And I'm loving it. That's a big thing with my shop is like, I want to ship out fast because when you order something, you want it. I'm instant gratification girl. I don't know what I did. I don't know if I ordered this wrong, maybe. I got an 1/8 and a 1/4. Not sure what I did. 28, I thought I got it like a fat half, but, or a fat 1/4, but you guys, this is still City Stitcher fabric. Jody does. Oh, I don't know what I did. Oh, maybe this was, oh, I think this was like the last bit that they had. They like didn't have enough for a yard. Because there's the fat 1/4 right there. Love it. Always helps if you pay attention, you know what you're doing. I don't read. We all know this. So, there's no telling. There's no telling what I'm doing from one time to the next. All right, so the next things I'm really, 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 really excited about. Because I've been trying for a month now to get this. The first one, oh, do I not have the tag? I think y'all can already see what it is. I don't have it. Do I not? Oh, shoot. Yep, I got the tag. Maybe. I like my elbow. This is 28 Lagana. And all they had left was, I got a half yard. Is in the white. But I'm alright with that. Because I got blood splatter. Y'all see all that? Ugh. It looks so good. And this is like the new patterns that I have coming from, I think it's the Little Stitcher. Like, I hate that I had to be better about having notes. Oh, wait, I got it right there. Yes, the Little Stitcher. I got it right. But some of her patterns would be amazing. What if I did a Christmas one? How creepy would that be if you had like this really beautiful Christmas one on this? Like, I think I'm here for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think it would look great. And then the other one I got was the tea-dyed, coffee tea-dye, blood spatter, and it's in the 16 count Ada. And it looks phenomenal. I mean, come on, look at that. Look like it's some arterial spray. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I can't hold it all up. Oh, look at it. She does such a good job. I love it. Y'all, this fabric. Gotta go fire poppies. And this fabric is amazing. I love all of her fabric. But this right here is, of course, what drew me in, because I'm a sicko. It's what drew me in. And then I ended up getting her other stuff because this wasn't available. And loved it. And then got to snag this. So, and I will probably buy more blood spatter because I'll be scared to death that one day she'll decide she don't want to do it no more. or people will think blood spatter is weird all of a sudden, and there'll be no need for it. And I want to make sure that I can be buried with yards and yards and yards of it, because I want it all. That's my biggest, I think that's why I buy so much of stuff. My biggest fear is like then I won't be able to get it. Like I absolutely, that Peddler's, whatever it was, Peddler's blend that I have in the piece I want to do for my husband. I immediately need to go buy more, because now I'm terrified. I want to hoard all the fabric. When I like it, like I want to hoard it. And I know it doesn't leave room for like to bring in new, well, it does in my house, because I don't have a rule that you have to use something before you buy more. But most people want to use what they have, their stash, and I just accumulate stash. Because no matter what goes on, I want to make sure I have the perfect fabric for whatever, in case I want to start it that day. Because apparently I have impulse problems. All right, so that is all for my haul. Can you believe it? So let me take, we're doing the do again. Sorry, I got a little parched. Y'all, this is gonna be so long. I have a ton of shop stuff, but I don't know why it's my tear duct is itching. I mean, it could be that we have 3 cats and a dog, but it's annoying me. So I looked up the Pendle Hill witches, right? Because I am working on that pattern. And I know we're in November 1, but come on. We're so close enough to October, right? So this is the time where I'm going to read you guys a story, and that way you can have your heads down and you can be stitching, or let me scoot up. Ugh. You can be stitching. You can be packing orders if you have an Etsy shop. You can do all the things where you do not require your eyes on the screen. And all you have to do is listen. So I am in love with the Tudors. And I've talked about that before. I don't know much English history. Like, the more I pull up these stories, the more I worry about my education system. I mean, we have a really good school system. Maybe I worry about how much I was into boys and not school. Maybe that's the problem. Because I obviously don't know tons about English history. And, but it's fascinating. And like I said, I admitted last time, I really didn't know that much about the Salem witch trials, but I mean, I could probably tell you how many victims Jeffrey Dahmer had and what half of them's names are. I have problems. So I do love history. I don't know, why I have these interesting topics, and I don't think to go like research and really learn. And so what little bit of research that I do is Wikipedia, which, let's face it, we hope it's right. What are you gonna do? So it was the trials of the Pendle witches, and it was in 1612. So hot minute ago, right? They're among the most famous witch trials in English history. And they're some of the best that were recorded in the 17th century. There were 12 that were accused, and they lived in and around the area of Pendle Hill. And okay, it's not Lancaster, and it's Lancashire. Lancashire. It's a shire on the end, and there's a land in the beginning, and then a CA. So I'm probably butchering the crap out of that. And I keep wanting to say Lancaster. I don't know why. But okay, we're moving on. Of course, we're not going to talk about how Bobby can't pronounce words. There'll be plenty in here I probably won't be able to pronounce either. But they were charged with the murders of 10 people by use of witchcraft. I don't know why. Turn that just a little bit. Not that you're not supposed to be looking at me anyway, so you don't know I just turned that. I'm trying to see. It says, but 2 were tried on the 18th through the 19th of August, 1612, along with y'all, these names. Samslesbury witches, which I did not click on it, but is a hyperlink, and I could click on it and read about them, and others. So apparently 2 of the people from, now see that says Lancaster, but then over here it says Lancashire. Hell, no wonder I'm confused. Anyways, it was a series of trials that became known as the Lancashire. I don't even know if I'm probably butchering that. Witch trials. Bless you. Kitten sneeze. 1 was found not guilty, but 10. Where are we at? Oh, sorry. They split it up. They were tried in different places. And of course, here's the problem is when you don't know the area, none of these places make sense. So it's a little hard for me to navigate the areas. And it would have been smart for me to maybe, I don't know, look at a damn map before I did this. Again, like I said, I suck at book reports. But I'm really good about telling you crap that happened to me. But nothing really happened this week that I could think of till I stopped recording. And then I remember 10 things. I need to be better about writing that down. But okay, so 1 was tried and another died in prison. Of the 11 who went to trial, 9 women and 2 men, 10 were found guilty and executed by hanging. 1 was found not guilty. The official publications of the proceedings by the clerk of the court, Thomas Potts, in his The Wonderful Discovery of Witches in the County of Lancaster. That's how it says Lancaster. And the number of witches hanged together, 9 at Lancaster and 1 at York, make the trials unusual for England at the time. And here's where this didn't, when I was reading this earlier, it didn't really, so follow with me, I think. It had been estimated that all the English witch trials between the early 15th and early 18th centuries, it's a long damn time, resulted in fewer than 500 executions. Okay, that makes sense. First, yesterday, Bobby did not pay attention that they literally covered 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th century. 4 centuries worth of trials that they are talking about, and it's fewer than 500 executions. That is not many, considering how many years that is, right? So, the fact that 10 people were hung in this one short period, it literally accounts for more than 2% of the total. So that I do understand now why they're saying that is unusual for England at the time, because you had fewer than 500 for that span of 400 years. So the fact that 10 in one little small trial is, I don't want to say a small trial, but you know what I mean. I understand that was excessive for what was going on. 6 of the Pendle witches came from one of 2 families. Now, go ahead and I'm gonna have to read this because y'all family trees, I mean, I'm good with mine. I can tell you all, break off who this goes to, who this goes to, who this cousin is, and that cousin over there, and this is my niece, nephew. Actually, I don't have any niece and nephew because I'm the only child. Well, I mean, I do through my husband, but you know what I'm saying. So I can do all that. But if y'all have ever tried to look even at royalty, if you've looked at the family trees, guys, it's rough goings. So bear with me. I promise this won't be like, what is it? Is it Exodus? Y'all, what book's got the family tree where you're just like, huh? Who? What? It's crazy. Okay. So we've got 6 of the Pendle witches came from one of 2 families, each at the time headed by a woman in her 80s. What? Can we talk about some women ruling? Obviously not well, though, because, yeah. But Elizabeth Southerns, a.k.a. Demdike. I don't know if that was just, I don't know if that's just a nickname. It's just in parentheses and it says a.k.a. Demdike, or if Demdike is a thing and it means a word and I don't know it, and I'm going to sound like an idiot reading this. I mean, I'm probably going to sound like an idiot. It's fine. Her daughter, Elizabeth Device, and her grandchildren, James and Alzon Device, Anne Whittle, a.k.a. Chattox, Chattox. And if y'all are probably shouting at me if I didn't get that right. All right. I can't help it. I'm just a Southern girl with one mom and one daddy. That's all I can do. And her daughter, Anne Redfern. The others accused were Jane Bullock and her son, John Bullock, Alice Nutter. Now, she's who is on my Pendle Hill Witch thing. And I'll click on her. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Catherine Hewitt, Alice Gray, and my computer screen just went to sleep mode. Freaking kidding me. Okay. Kidding, I'm there now. And Janet Preston. The outbreaks of witchcraft in and around Pendle may demonstrate the extent to which people could make a living by posing as witches. Many of the allegations resulted from accusations that members of the Demdike and the Challicks, oh, that was like their lineage. So it's the Demdike and the Challicks families, even though their names are not that anymore. Families made against each other, perhaps because they were in competition, both trying to make a living from healing, begging, and extortion. Well, I mean, if you're going to do it right. Okay. So the accused witches lived in the area around Pendle Hill in Lancashire, a county which at the end of the 16th century was regarded by the authorities as a wild and lawless region. Y'all, this is the Hatfield-McCoys. Ain't it? I think so. An area fabled for its theft, violence, and sexual laxity. Is that the word? Where the church was honored without much understanding of its doctrines by the common people. The nearby Sisterine, y'all, don't hate me and don't judge me, Abbey at Whaley had been dissolved by Henry VIII. What? Can we get a what for the crazy ass Henry? He's my favorite. In 1537, a move strongly resisted by the local people, over whose lives the Abbey had until then exerted a powerful influence. So these people were not happy. You know, he went through and tore down a ton of the abbeys when he made the Church of England. And so apparently they were highly, heavy Catholics in this area, and they were not happy whatsoever. But despite the abbey's closure and the execution of its abbot, that's sad, the people of Pendle remained largely faithful to their Roman Catholic beliefs and were quick to revert to Catholicism on Queen Mary's accession to the throne in 1553. When Mary's Protestant half-sister Elizabeth, the only reason I'm reading all this because it's got the Tudors in it. Y'all know that, right? Because this does not really have much to do with what happened. But after half-sister Elizabeth came to the throne in 1558, Catholic priests once again had to go into hiding, but in remote areas such as Pendle, they continued to celebrate Mass in secret. In 1562, early in her reign, Elizabeth passed a law in the form of an act against conjurations, enchantments, and witchcrafts. This demanded the death penalty, but only where harm had been caused. Lesser offenses were punishable by a term of imprisonment. The act provided that anyone who should use, practice, or exercise any witchcraft, enchantment, charm, or sorcery, whereby any person shall happen to be killed or destroyed, was guilty of a felony without benefit of clergy, and was to be put to death. Y'all, that's some seriousness. Ugh, and scary. So if anybody says, my dad died because, Alice Nutter put a hex on him, and if I was believable enough as a witness, then she just gets put to death. Done. And without the benefit of clergy. On Elizabeth's death in 1603, she was succeeded by James I, because we all know he's Scottish. Strongly influenced by Scotland's separation from the Catholic Church during the Scottish Reformation, James was intensely interested in Protestant theology, focusing much of his curiosity on the theology of witchcraft. I didn't know there was a theology of witchcraft within Protestant theology. The more you know. By the early By the early 1590s, he had become convinced that he was being plotted against by Scottish witches. I mean, he probably was. Everybody plotted against everybody. After a visit to Denmark, he had attended the trial in 1590 of the North Berwick witches. There's so many witch trials. Like, how do you can't even, it's so sad. You can't even keep up with how many there were. Who were convicted of using witchcraft to send a storm against the ship that carried Okay. It's ridiculous. Carried James and his wife Anne back to Scotland. In 1597, he wrote a book. I ain't even going to try to say that. It looks like it's trying to say demonology. Of course, that's not how it's spelled. Instructing his followers that they must denounce and prosecute any supporters or practitioners of witchcraft. 1 year after James acceded to the English throne, a law was enacted imposing the death penalty in cases where it was proven that harm had been caused through the use of magic, or corpses had been exhumed for magical purposes. Okay, so I guess he enacted another, because, I mean, Elizabeth already had it going on there for England, so I guess when you came in, you made sure that it stuck. I don't know. James was, however, skeptical of the evidence presented in witch trials, even to the extent of personally exposing discrepancies in the testimonies presented against some accused witches. I find that interesting. So in the early 1612, the year of the trials, every justice of the peace in Lancashire was ordered to compile a list of recusants in their area. Those who refused to attend the church, of the English church, and to take communion. A criminal offense at the time. Insanity, right? Roger Noel of Reed Hall, or Red Hall, Read, on the edge of Pendle Forest for the Justice of the Peace for Pendle. It was against this background of seeking out religious nonconformists that, in March of 1612, Noel investigated a complaint made to him by the family of John Law, a peddler, who claimed to have been injured by witchcraft. Many of those who became implicated in the investigation as the investigation progressed, did indeed consider themselves to be witches, in the sense of being village healers who practiced magic, probably in return for payment. But such men and women were common in 16th century rural England, and it just accepted as part of village life, which I think is awesome. So, healers. Witches, right? Not the level of what religiously they all wanted to say witches were, right? It was perhaps difficult for the judges charged with hearing the trials to understand King James' attitude towards witchcraft. The king was head of the judiciary, and Bromley, which is one of the judges, was hoping for promotion to a circuit near London. And the other judge was nearing the end of his judicial career, but he had recently been accused of a miscarriage of justice at the York. I don't know what, assizes? I'm not even going to try with that. York. Which had resulted in a woman being sentenced to death by hanging for witchcraft. The judges may have been uncertain whether the best way to gain the king's favor was by encouraging convictions or by skeptically testing the witnesses to destruction. Because, as it said earlier, James sounded like he was 100% against witchcraft and anybody that used it for evil to hurt other people. But he also sounds like he didn't believe in it. So I could understand these judges were not really sure how to get favor. They didn't know whether he wanted people to die from it or for them to be able to put them through the ringer and testing and prove that they're not. There is a ton on the events that are leading up to the trial. Part of it, let me see if I can get to where it's like, a lot of the people were accused. So one of the accused, Demdike, had been regarded in the area as a witch for 50 years. I mean, she was 80, right? And some of the deaths the witches were accused of had happened many years before Noel started to take an interest in 1612. The event that seems to have triggered Noel's investigation, which led to the Pendle witch trials, occurred on March 21st, 1612. On her way to Trandle Forest, I'm sure me butchering these names is super exciting for all of you guys. Demdike's granddaughter, the Alzon device, she encountered John Law. Of course, he was that peddler. And he was from Halifax, not Virginia. And asked him for some pens. Okay, 17th century metal pens were handmade and relatively expensive, but they were frequently needed for magical purposes, such as in healing, particularly for treating warts. They were used in divination and for love magic, which may have been why Alazan was so keen to get hold of them and why Law was so reluctant to sell them to her. Whether she meant to buy them, as she claimed, and Law refused to undo his pact for such a small transaction, or whether she had no money and was begging for them, as Law's son Abraham claimed, it's unclear. A few minutes after their encounter, I'm going to call her Allie, because her name's tripping me up. Allie saw Law stumble and fall, perhaps because he suffered a stroke. He managed to regain, I don't know why they jumped to that conclusion, but he managed to regain his feet and reach a nearby inn. Initially, Law made no accusations against Allie, but she appears to have been convinced by her own powers when Abraham Law took her to visit his father's a few days after the incident. She reportedly confessed and asked for his forgiveness. So Allie Device and her mother Elizabeth and her brother James were summoned to appear before Noel on March 30th, 1612. Allie confessed that she had sold her soul to the devil, honey, and that she had told him to lame John Law after he had called her a thief. Her brother James stated that his sister had also confessed to bewitching a local child. Elizabeth, she admitted only that her mother, Demdike, had a mark on her body, something that many, including Noel, would have regarded as having been left by the devil after he had sucked her blood. Now, it doesn't say, I wonder if that was just what we call a wine birthmark, wine stain birthmark. It didn't say. Doesn't say. That's interesting. Doing all the ums. When questioned about Anne Whittle, which that's the Choddox family, the matriarch of the other family involved in witchcraft around Pendle, Allie perhaps saw an opportunity for revenge. Told you, Hatfield McCoys, 100%. There may have been bad blood between the two families, possibly dating from 1601, when a member of the Choddox family broke into Malkin Tower, the home of the Devices, and stole goods worth about £1, equivalent to about 117 pounds as of 2018. Allie accused Choddox of murdering 4 men by witchcraft and of killing her father, John Device, who had died in 1601. She claimed that her father had been so frightened of the old Choddox that he had agreed to give her 8 pounds of oatmeal each year in return for her promise not to hurt his family. This meal was handed over annually until the year before John's death. On his deathbed, John claimed that his sickness had been caused by Choddox because they had not paid for protection. So they the mob too. So on April 2nd, 1612, Demdike's, Choddox, and Choddox's daughter Anne Redfern were summoned to appear before Noel. Both Demdike and Choddox were by then blind and in their 80s, and both provided Noel with damaging confessions. Demdike claimed that she had given her soul to the devil 20 years previously, and Choddox that she had given her soul to a thing like a Christian man. Sorry. On his promise that she would not lack anything and would get any revenge she desired. Although Anne Redfern made no confession, Demdike said that she had seen her making clay figures. Margaret Crook, another witness seen by Noel that day, claimed that her brother had fallen sick and died after having a disagreement with Redfern, and that he had frequently blamed her for his illness. Based on the evidence and confessions he had obtained, Noel committed Demdike, Choddox, and Redfern and Allie Device to be tried for witchcraft. Y'all, I can't read no more of this. It's a lot. It goes all through the trial. So the thing that I think is so interesting about... So, let me get into this part right here. Let me see, make sure I don't lose where it starts. Make sure I don't leave nothing out. Okay, August 18th. Anne Whittle, which is part of the Choddox family, was accused of the murder of Robert Nutter. She pleaded not guilty, but the confession she had made to Roger Noel was read out in court, and evidence against her was presented by James Robinson, who had lived with the Choddox family 20 years earlier. He claimed to remember that Nutter had accused Choddox of turning his beer sour, and that she was commonly believed to be a witch. Choddox broke down and admitted her guilt, calling on God for forgiveness and the judges to be merciful of her daughter, Anne Redfern. Okay, so where I thought that was going, oh no, okay, it is, just kidding. Elizabeth Device was charged with the murders of James Robinson, John Robinson, and together with Alice Nutter and Demdike, the murder of Henry Mitten. Elizabeth Device, she absolutely maintained her innocence. And Potts recorded that she suffered from a facial deformity resulting in her left eye being set lower than her right. The main witness against, I don't know why that matters. The main witness against Device was her daughter, Jeanette, who was about 9 years old. Lovely. When Jeanette was brought into the courtroom and asked to stand up and give evidence against her mother, Elizabeth, confronted with her own child making accusations that would lead to her execution, began to curse and scream at her daughter. forcing the judges to have her removed from the courtroom before the evidence could be heard. Jeanette was placed on a table and stated that she believed her mother had been a witch for 3 or 4 years. She also said her mother had a familiar called Ball, who appeared in the shape of a brown dog. Jeanette claimed to have witnessed conversations between Ball and her mother, in which Ball had been asked to help with various murders. James Device also gave evidence against his mother, saying he had seen her making a clay figurine, a clay figure of one of her victims, John Robinson. Elizabeth Device was found guilty. I'd say so if your kids are accusing you. James Device pleaded not guilty to the murders by witchcraft of Anne Towley and John Duckworth. However, he, like Chattox, had earlier made a confession to Knoll, which was read out in court. That and the evidence presented against him by his sister Janet, who said that she had seen her brother asking a black dog he had conjured up to help him kill Townley, was sufficient enough to pursue the jury to find him guilty. Y'all's family just all out against each other. The one thing they just did and there's a huge aftermath. So in 2012, the anniversary, events to mark the 400th anniversary, bless you, if y'all heard my husband, 400th anniversary of the trials, and 2012 included an exhibition, A Wonderful Discovery, Lancashire Witches, 1612 through 2012, at, Gawthorpe Hall, staged by, they're killing me, Lancashire Council. The Fate of Chattox, a piece by David Lloyd Moisten? For clarinet. So he wrote a song. I'm sorry. I was like, what? For clarinet and piano. Taking its theme from the events leading to Chattox's demise, was performed at the Arts Festival. Here's the part that's all about that piece, that Pendle Hill, one of the pictures that's on it. A life-size statue of Alice Nutter by sculptor David Palmer was unveiled in her home village, Roughly is the name of the village. In August, a world record for the largest group dressed as witches was set by 482 people who walked up Pendle Hill, on which the date 1612 had been installed in 400 foot tall numbers by artist Philippe Hanford using horticultural fleece. I don't know what that is, but there's a picture. It's pretty cool. The Bishop of Burnley, the Reverend John Goddard, expressed concern about marking the anniversary on the side of the hill. You don't care. You're fine. Publications in 2012 inspired by the trials include 2 novelettes, The Daylight Gate by Jeanette Winterson and Malkin Child by Levi Michael. And then Blake Morrison published a volume of poetry, A Discovery of Witches. Is that the same one? No, it can't be. So anyways, I feel like Alice Nutter was such a small part of everything we just read about. And so how she got the life-size statue, I do not know. But I think it's awesome. And the statue looks amazing. So I think all of that, it's awesome. Y'all, we are an hour and 43, and I have not even started with shop haul. Yeah, I take too long to read, apparently. All right. Y'all want to do fabric first? I might split this up into 2 things. I may do that. All right, so I finally got in my Faberlicious linen. So excited. I've been waiting on this. You all right over there? Just make noises. Been waiting on this forever because, you know, COVID shortage. So this one's jack-o'-lantern. And I've got pictures of all this, but... And I'm not going to open all these up. You can... The picture on my shop, I have it opened so that you can see. And I think this is going to have to be 2 videos. I don't want it to be, but I think it's going to have to be. And we got Ashes to Ashes. And these are all 32 count linen. That's Ashes to Ashes. I'm going to do the samplers that I got. And then I think I will stop this. And then I will do the other ones. And they'll go up on a different day. And then this is All of You. So cute. It's also 32 count linen. Not pretty. I think my problem is my personal haul is too big. And then story time takes a long time. I mean, it just does. Whoop, whoop. About to pull that off. I also got All of You in 14 count Ada. Not quite as much modeling on that one as there is in the linen, but I like it. And also in the middle of the fabrics, I'm going to put this little guy right here. What the challenge will be is we need a stitchy saying for him. And I just want to see, and so whoever has the best stitchy saying, whether he gets put as a tote bag or a t-shirt, whoever's saying I picked, they will get a free t-shirt or tote bag. He's so cute, but I have no idea what little clever saying we should put with him. So yeah, he's still hanging up there. So take a look at him and come up with some little clever, because I mean, the Angry Daisy, Are You Talking Stitch is perfect. And then of course I have a bee that says You're the bee's knees. I have a cactus that says What, no hug. So we need to come up with something cute for him. Okay, so this is 32 count linen Sea Flames. And y'all, I don't know why I'm trying to look around it like it's a pattern. It is so gorgeous. And again, on my shop, I got a picture of it. Or there will be a picture of it opened up. So you can see it. There's a lot of fabric in here. All right, and then this is a 14 count Ada. It's called Singing in the Rain. And there's some really good modeling in that, but it's very subtle modeling. I try to go in between, because I know not everybody likes the crazy. Like, I like all the highly modeled look. This one's called Hidden Treasure. This is linen. Just a really pretty gold, and it's gold. And I also got it in Ada, and in Ada doesn't have, again, it's the same, it just doesn't have as much modeling, but and for those of y'all that really love long videos, I'm sorry I'm making this 2 parts, but otherwise it'll take me 110 days to get it done. So this is 14 count Ada, and it's called Huntress, and I'm gonna tell you, this fabric, guys. Okay, I'm opening this one. I'm sorry. Look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. And it opens up even more. I just figured y'all would be able to see through it. Oh, I guess not. Oh, it's beautiful. I think I ordered this just as a test piece because I really hadn't seen it in person. So sadly I have one, and that's it. But I will get more if this is something that y'all think I should get. Which is hard to tell with only one, because it only takes one person, right? I also got it in linen. And 32 count linen. I'll open this one up just so you can see. I mean, it's also gorgeous. I mean, so beautiful. I wish I could dye like this. I mean, I'm not saying I can't. I have not tried. I don't see where I would have time to dye fabric, though. I don't even have time to stitch. So, I don't know why I keep trying to add to my problems. My list of things to do. And then this one's a linen. It's for Stephanie. And it's really hard to tell. I'm going to open this one up because it's very deceiving. Because it's got some green in it. Which you would not know. So. Isn't that beautiful? But from the one little squares that are showing once it's folded up, it looks very muted. Doesn't look as like it has as much going on as it does. So, yeah. And the sun kept trying to creep in on me when I was taking these photos, and so it was a struggle. The struggle was real. Oops. All right. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Oh, that's another piece of hidden treasure. All right. So next is buttercream. Just a really nice neutral. This is linen. And I didn't get any even weave from her because when I ordered this was back when I thought I was going to be on the linen wagon that I've not made it to yet. So I've got to, I gotta get some of these amazing colors in an even weave. That's parchment. That's beautiful. It's really nice. And that's linen. I didn't get as much Aida this time either because I think this linen was like, I ordered back when I ordered all the Aida, and it's just now, I think I ordered this like in June. So, yeah. And this is linen. It's called Sunlit Cathedral. And let me open this up because this has got, I mean, it does look like a cool window. It's so pretty. So pretty. I can still hear music, which means he's doing work, which is good, I guess. Right? I think we're having pork chops for dinner. That sounds yummy. All right, so I don't mean for my, all right, that box is done. I don't mean for my videos to be this long. I really don't. I always don't feel like I'm talking that much. All right, so let me do these. And then we'll do the other ones in a second part. Let me move this box over here. We'll see. All right, so one of the people that I reached out to this week and ordered and got the patterns that fast was the Scarlet Letter. And I got a ton of samples. So this one, and these are in sealed plastic, so we'll have to deal with the glare. Sorry. It's Mary Lee, and you also please forgive my photos because I'm also trying to not get a glare on them when I took pictures. But it's Mary Lee 1786. How gorgeous that is. Ugh, I love it. And these are some really, really nice samplers. Sarah Brown, 1834. Oops. It's a memorial sampler. That's really cool. And all of these, let me put this in a little bit better place. All of these have like a really good house in them, just about. Elizabeth Masterson, 1838. Look at that house. So these are, I'm excited about these. I just gotta figure out which one I want to do. This one, the cover photo doesn't do it justice, but the picture they have on their website is gorgeous. I think it's because this is probably the picture of the original, and they have framed a model stitch of it. But it's Elizabeth Hudson, 1737, and it's a Philadelphia sampler. Did y'all notice my eye don't even look like anything happened to it? I'm so glad. The Knox family sampler. I think this was around 1726-ish. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I just thought it was really cute with those two houses and a barn. Or is it three houses? It's like two houses in a shed. I just felt like I didn't have enough samplers in my shop. This is Marion Robertson, 1834. Look at that house. It's like got stonework. It's so cool. I don't think I've seen a house with stonework like that in a sampler like these. This is Anne Short. It's done a traditional Scottish style, but this is actually the Scarlet Letter did this one. That's a big ass house. That sampler is gorgeous. But it was designed by the Scarlet Letter. And same thing with this one. It was also designed by the Scarlet Letter. It's the Four Angels Morning Sampler. I don't know if that's focusing very good. It's pretty cool. And then Anne Grimshaw, 1818. And this is a Quaker sampler. And if that is not gorgeous, ugh, so gorgeous. I love it. I heard a cat. This one's Margaret Randolph, 1826. It's a Philadelphia sampler. Got some butterflies and some birds. That's cute. Well, can you really say samplers are cute? I don't know. Helen Virtue, 1812. It's a Scottish sampler. Look at that house. Try to get the glare off of as much as I can. And I think I only got one more of these. This is Elizabeth. You talk about a dadgum house. This is a palace. Elizabeth Gray, 1832. Lord have mercy. Huge. Huge. All right. So those are all the samples that I have. Everything else I got in this box, I will do a separate video. I'll do a part 2 because this has already been 2 hours. And I will come back with that. Is there anything else I need to do? This one, because we already did, we already talked about Steve, the asshole fish. Did the design challenge. So I want ideas. I did my haul. I did my story time. The only other thing, I wanted to vote on story time next time. So put in the definitely do the design challenge, and maybe we'll vote on story time in the next one. That way y'all they don't get jumbled up together on Stitchy saying ideas versus story time ideas. So all right, that's it for now. And again, congratulations, Sheila. And I will see you on the flip side. Have a wonderful stitchy day. Bye.